Hello folks and welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to the yard, I guess? I don't know. Today we're taking a look at one of these Rapido Greenbrier 72-foot reefers. This one's decorated for lynx, as you can see. This is Swiss Alps. And when I purchased this initially, I didn't go for the sound-equipped version just because I didn't really care for the whole magnet wand thing that you just use to turn it on. And I wasn't sure how much I would even use that, but when I ended up getting this car, this is my third now, I noticed that there are pickups. This is a non-sound equipped version, but it has pickups. See there's on the outsides of the wheels there. And I thought that's kind of interesting. I guess there's a lot of the shell here that is shared between the sound equipped versions and the non-sound equipped versions. And I got to thinking, what does this look like on the inside? Maybe I could put a speaker or something, and maybe I could add my own sound, maybe Decoder equipped, using like a soundtrack sound car or something. So let me pop this open, show you what I did, and I'll go through the whole process. One of the reasons I decided to go forward with this project was I had this extra scale sound system speaker. I originally purchased this for an Athearn Genesis SD70M, and it's for an SD70 Mac. Turns out Athearn does not use the same chassis for either, so I ended up having this speaker that was wrong. I ended up getting the right speaker. And Scale Sounds offered to exchange it for me, but I was like, you know what, I might use it for a future project. And I've always wanted to do a sound car style thing, so here we are. When you take the shell off, you'll notice these mounting posts. This is probably where Rapido mounts their sound board or their speaker for their sound profile. Here you can see the truck with its pickups and little tabs for the wires to go to. And on the chassis there are these little round shapes next to those screws. That is where the wires will come through, and then there's plenty of room for them to maneuver. My first attempt at wiring up the pickups went not so great. I was kind of lazy with it. I didn't really do a good job. Just kind of have the wires coming off the ends of the pickups, and that is not the way to do this. The truck will not turn if it's like this. I'll also mention that the brass pickups are set into these plastic mounting points on the truck, and then that plastic has been, I guess, heat smushed to hold the pickups in place. I did not attempt to remove the pickups, so you have to be careful when soldering, because that heat will transfer to the plastic and it will melt the plastic if you're not careful. So this is how you actually want to solder the wires to these pickups. Straight up and down, no deviations or anything like that. And it's easy enough to check to make sure that you have plenty of wiggle room. You want those trucks to move left and right without any sort of resistance. Next, I got the speaker in place. I used some double-sided adhesive called Tough Tape. Then I fed the wires through the chassis and soldered some new leads to the speaker. And I'm using that silicone flexible adhesive from BN Tech Go. If you want to check out what I'm using, it's 30 gauge wire. I've got an affiliate link down in the description if you want to try it for yourself. And I decided for this project to go with a Decoder Buddy Mini. That was how I was going to mount my decoder to the chassis. And this is the final product. We've got the big old scale sound system speaker. We've got a Decoder Buddy Mini. Let me flip it around. We only have wires going to the track pickups here, and then this current keeper from TCS, a KA4, and then your two speaker pads. You could do another set of track pickups going here. I didn't really see a need, especially with the current keeper. But yeah, that is what this looks like. There is no spot for a volume pot, as I can see. I know that the sound equipped models come with a volume pot to adjust the volume from the bottom of the screwdriver, but I do not see a spot on this for one of those, but it's really not a big deal. I can just do it with CVs on the decoder. And the decoder we're using is a Loke Sound 4, picked up for $25 from the New Braunfels Train Show. And I'm just using it for random sounds and the overall effect of the reefer turning on and off, so it's perfect for that. It's not going to be as high fidelity as Loke Sound 5, but for this purpose, it's perfectly adequate. So for the sound profile, I ended up having to make my own. And all I ended up doing was ripping some sounds of refrigerator units off of YouTube, and really it's just a diesel generator. I think I ended up finding a good sound of a Thermo King. This is technically a Carrier refrigerator unit on this thing, but it's fine. I'm not sure if anyone can really tell the difference, but whatever. I did follow along with another tutorial. I'll link that up in the corner there if you want to check out. I followed along with that video to get an idea of how to actually create my own sound effects, and it was very helpful. I also copied over a flange squeal sound effect from another profile. It had it on a different function, so I could turn it on and off at will, but I think it might be better as a random sound effect. That might be something I have to look into in the future. Alright, and if you can get the shell off, this is what it looks like. It's just a big open empty void. The thing to keep in mind, put the chassis down for a second, is this, I assume this is the fuel tank. It gets loose, and as you can see the walkway is loose. This is all just kind of one piece. There are these nubs here that go into the draft gear. There, you can see those holes right there. It's a little touch and go when disassembling one of these. The cage bit here likes to flex and bend, and it's kind of scary when you're doing that. So if you're unsure of yourself when disassembling models like this, just be careful, go slow. If you think you're going to break something, go ahead and stop. Was this worth it? No, I don't think so. If you want a sound-equipped Reefer from Rapido, go ahead and pay the extra $20 and get the sound-equipped version. I thought this was just a fun project to do. I also prefer decoder control versus the magnet control thing, but that's just me, personal preference. Also, with the sound-equipped version, you get the sound potentiometer on the bottom to control the volume. You also get those green LED lights on the ends of the cage. There are spots inside the shell to put those LEDs, but yeah, you have to do that yourself. I'm leaving those off right now, but they might get installed later on. I just need to get some green surface mount LEDs to put in there. But yeah, this was just a fun little project I wanted to show you all. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you in the next one. Stay tuned for more. We got more coming up. Take care.